Welcome to South Asia Maps. South Asia Maps is an intellectual Kshatriya channel. It is an educational channel. The South Asia Maps will bring you the fascinating culture and heritage of South Asian region, south of Karakoram Mountains and north of sacred city of Kanyakumari. Today's topic of discussion is 4 districts of Deccan, South India, Dakshinapatha. These 4 districts' uniqueness is there are 4 districts. These 4 districts has 4 capitals of the historic Vijayanagara emperors. There are 4 dynasties who ruled the empire, Vijayanagara Empire, and there are 4 districts. There are 4 capitals in those 4 districts. Empire was much bigger, but I am bringing this fascinating information to you in the form of Indian districts. Before we venture into our fascinating presentation today of seeded districts and historic Rayalaseema region of today's bifurcated Andhra or Semandra Pradesh, I strongly request my audience who are following me at other social channels, if you like my content and presentation, you can help me in going and subscribing my YouTube channel, that is your intellectual Kshatriya channel, South Asia Maps Reddy. Already I have posted more than 90 plus videos of fascinating knowledge from Punjab to Kanyakumari, various aspects of it. You can go to my channel and enjoy and learn and revel in intellectual curiosity of the ancient civilization that you will know about that. Once you know our ancient civilization, you appreciate the land which is now under severe siege by hostile forces, hostiles to the Hindu society, Islam, Christianity, and leftovers of European imperialism in Bharat, that is Mekhalaism. That is about South Asian maps. Let's go to today's topic of interest. What is the Vijayanagara Empire and about Vijayanagara Empire is a mighty empire that survived from 1336 to 1646. Of course, 1646 is almost the rise of Shivaji and death of Shivaji's preceptor and manager of estate, Dadaji Kondadev, died round about this year, 1647. That is, you can remember, 300 years before the partition of our motherland by Islamic imperialism. That is the collapse of the last emperors of Vijayanagara, Arayavidu dynasty. 4 dynasties: Sangama dynasty, the starters; Salva dynasty, the revivers; Tuluva dynasty, the peak stage of the empire, the rulers; the declining dynasty, Arayavidu dynasty, that is 1336 to 1485, and 1485 to brief period Saluvas ruled the empire, Saluva Narasanayaka, round about 20 years or so. Then the famous Krishna Devaraya and Appaji Timmarsu and Aliya Ramaraya ruled Tuluva dynasty nearly 80 years. Battle of Tallikota was fought at that time. Aliya Raja, the generalissimo and son-in-law of Krishna Devaraya, and husband of Mohanangi, the daughter of Krishnadevaraya, was captured and killed accidentally. Then the Arayavidu dynasty. There are 4 districts I am showing in South India. To put these things in the proper context, we have Goa, the Portuguese colony, headquarters of Roman Catholic imperialism. In that part of the world, South India, the predecessor of French imperialism, British imperialism later. Goa in the Gomantha coast, this is the Malabar region. Cannanore, Kozhikode and Palakkad and so on. French enclave of Mahi and princely state of Cochin and Travancore here. Princely state of Wadayars, Mysore, and a princely state of Kodagu and Coorg. Surrounding these we have 4 districts. BEllari district here, Anantapur district here, Chittor district here, Arcot region, Arcot district at that time, later North Arcot. So, BEllari district, Anantapur district, Chittor district, Arcot district. Interesting part is, all these are contiguous to each other in the Canary speaking area here and Tamil speaking area here, interspersed with the Telugu speaking area here. So I found this is very interesting and fascinating. It gives a different aspect to my audience. So I have made this presentation for your intellectual pleasure, and look our ancient glorious period of Vijayanagara emperors, Rayas or royals of that time. Vijayanagara Empire is a bulwark, a fort, a guard against Islamic imperialism that flew from Indraprastha, Delhi, through the Burhan Pass, Vindhya, Satpuras, and established at Aurangabad, Devagiri, Daulatabad, then Kulbaragi, then at Bidar. North of Krishna River, Tungabhadra River junction, Islamic imperialist Bahamanis. Later their leftovers, splinter states, Bijapur Sultans, Bidar Sultans, Golconda Sultans, Berar Sultan, Ahmadnagar Sultans ruled. That is Imad Shahi, Nizam Shahi, Adil Shahi, Qutb Shahi, Barid Shahi. The Vijayanagara emperors, mighty warriors and Kshatriyas, the martial arm of Hindu society, they were the bulwark against Islamic imperialism, the swordsmen of Islam, called Saiful Islam in Deccan. That's the why this is a very, very important. These 4 districts interestingly had their 4 capitals too. BEllari district has their first capital, that is Vijayanagara. The name of the empire itself is Vijayanagara. The capital is Vijayanagara. Nagara is the city, Sanskrit. Vijayanagara is the victorious city. That's how Harihara Raya, Bukkaraya, their preceptor Guru Ramaraya, Vidyaranya Maharshi, asked the emperors to name the city and empire Vijayanagara, that is on the bank of famous Tungabhadra river, that is a tributary of Krishna river. First capital, now the ruined city of Kampili or Kamalapuram, Vijayanagaram's Hampi are in that area. That is the first capital, BEllari district. North of East famous Tallikota battle was fought round about 1565 beginning, and Vijayanagara Empire collapsed completely, and by the Islamic imperialists all combined together fought a battle at Tallikota, Don River, tributary of Krishna, in Bijapur and Bagalkot area, close to Krishna river at a place called Rakasgi Thangadgi. After the collapse, the dynasty changed very soon. They moved their capital because of the pressure from Saiful Islam, the sourcemen of Islam, Bijapuris predominantly. They moved their capital south of Penna river. This is Tungabhadra river, a place called Penukonda, to the mountain Penukonda Fort, which was an important outpost of Vijayanagara emperors. That is in the Anantapur district. Anantapur district is a transitional district. West of Anantapur district, still lot of people speak Kannada language or Canaris language. East side they speak Telugu language. Because the district is now in Andhra Pradesh, mostly the people, all of them are use Telugu as their first language or second language, and lot of Kannadiga influence in the district. The second capital, Penukonda in Anantapur district, east of Pinakini river or Penna river. I will show you in the map later. West of Chitravati river. As the pressure increased on the Arayavidu emperors, importantly, all these three capitals later were ruled by Arayavidu emperors, used by for their administration. They moved their capital to further east. There is here what is called Eastern Ghats. There are various branches of Eastern Ghats, and one is Velikkonda ranges here, adjoining the Coromandel coast, that is the Nellore district and so on. West is Polykonda ranges. There is a gap called Renugunda Gap, where now the train from Madras to Bombay goes through when the British built it. Greater Indian Peninsular Railway and Madras Railways, they built it. Close to that gap, there is a town called Chandragiri. That was the military outpost, major center at that time, adjoining to famous shrine of Tirupati or Tirumala, that is Chandragiri. Fort was the third capital. Again, due to pressure from Saiful Islam, Islamic sourcemen from Bijapur, last stages, the emperor moved the capital to Palar River Basin, again overlooking the Eastern Ghat mountains. Those mountains in that region are called Javadi Mountains and Yelagiri Mountains. At the base of it, there was a historic fort and city called Vellore, also called Rayalaseema at that time, adjoining the twin town cities of Katpadi Junction and Rayalaseema Junction or Vellore Junction. The final pitched battle between the Qutub Shahis, Adil Shahis and Arayavidu emperors was fought at the time. The emperors' tributaries, Nayaks of Gingi, the Nayaks of Tanjavur, Nayaks of Madurai, didn't help the emperor much. The emperor got defeated and empire collapsed. That is the last capital in Vellore, Arcot region, now is called North Arcot. Now there are a lot of districts like Vellore district, Ranipet district, Tiruvannamalai district, and Tindivanam district, Kadalur district, and so many. Historically, Arcot region, east of Baramahal region. So it has both Payanghat coastal area and Balghat mountainous area. Eastern Ghats are Turpu Kanamala. So, Vijayanagara Empire has 4 capitals. Vijayanagara, that is Hampi, Penukonda, and Chandragiri, and Rayalaseema. In BEllari district, Anantapur district, Chittor district, Arcot district, Uttar Arcot or North Arcot. 4 dynasties ruled the empire: Sangama dynasty, Saluva, Tuluva, last dynasty Arayavidu. And Arayavidu dynasty ruled from the last three capitals, one dynasty from three capitals, that is Penukonda, Chandragiri and Vellore. First three dynasties, the founders Sangama, Harihara Bukka brothers and so on, Saluva Narasanayaka and so on, Krishna Devaraya, Sadashivaraya, all of them ruled the mighty Vijayanagara Empire. At that time, that was the richest land on the planet Earth. Very powerful. That was all the visitors from the Portuguese ambassadors and Persian ambassadors. They wrote in their chronicles, in their historical works, that is about Vijayanagara Empire, a bulwark of against the Islamic imperialism in Deccan, Saiful Islam. There are four capitals here. Our four capitals are in the four different districts. All are geographically contiguous. Interesting point is all of them almost contiguous with the later princely state of Mysore, which was under Vadayas, which is a subsidiary power of the paramount power East India Company, Bahadur, later British Raj. And that is about that. And here I will show you. Here I am showing the same BEllari district and Anantapur district, Chittor district and Arcot district. I will show this a bigger map, you can understand better. This is the Frank Ramspot and the topographical 3D view of that particular area. Princely state of Travancore, Cochin, Thiruvananthapuram here, Trivandrum, and Kanyakumari here, Nanjil Nadu, Kollam district, Kottayam district and Trichur district, French enclave of Mahe and Catholic Goan imperialistic outpost of Portuguese at Goa. And this is about the, you can see in the Google map the fascinating area. This is the Tungabhadra river. Tungabhadra and Krishna is the almost the northern frontier of Bahamani, splinter states and Vijayanagara emperors. There is the historic, the dam he has built, Hospet, and near that you can see the Vijayanagara Empire area. Later, after the battle of Rakasgi, Tangadgi, it was moved to Penukonda. You can see the Penukonda area, the fort there, the Penukonda. After Penukonda, that is, this is the Hindupuram, important town, Penna river here, and Chitravati river here. The Penna river and Chitravati river. Middle, in the elevated mountainous area, there was a fort called Penukonda Fort, and they moved the capital after Talikota battle, and further pressure from Saiful Islam, they moved the capital to Chandragiri. You can see the Chandragiri Fort here. The Chandragiri Fort is the Renugunta Pass, the historic pass where the railway line was built by the Madras Company. This is Kodur, this is the valley, this is the Nandyal Valley and Penna River Basin and so on. Western side of Palikonda Mountains, this is Velikonda Mountains, close to Tirupati. This is the Chandragiri Fort, was used the third capital. As the pressure increased, the emperors moved their capital to Vellore. You can see the Vellore here, historic Vellore on Palar River. This is the Javadi Mountains here. This is the Elagiri. You can see Elagiri Mountains and Javadi Hills, Javadi Mountains, overlooking that the Palar River, and the historic city of Vellore is present there. I am showing the same, the digital South Asia library in Squaresburg Atlas, the historic Vijayanagara Empire, very beautiful atlas. You can stop here and search Swarup. Vijayanagara Empire ruled by Saluvas, Tuluvas, Aryavidus, and before that Sangamas. You can see Vijayanagaram, Anagondi, Adavani, that is Adoni here. These are the historic cities at that time. And you can also see the Penukonda here, the Penna river here, the Nellore and Penukonda river, Chandragiri somewhere here, Chandragiri Fort here in the Chandragiri. Then we see the Vellore Fort here, historic city of Kanji, the famous fort of Vijayanagara emperors Gingi or Senji or Jinji near Kadalur region or Pondicherry and so on. Tanjavuru, Madurai and Kanyakumari, those other areas. Again the historic Vijayanagara Empire here, the historic Vijayanagara Empire, and we can see the Vijayanagara Empire, Bahmani Sultans, Kandesh Sultans, 1400 Vijayanagara emperors, then 1500 when the empire is at peak, Golconda Nawabs, Bidari Nawabs, Bijapuri Nawabs, Ahmadnagar and Berar Nawabs. After Battle of Talikota, the empire starts shrinking, and round about 1650, empire completely collapsed and taken over by Bijapuri Sultans and Golconda Sultans, Saiful Islam, the successor states Vadayars of Mysore, Madurai Nayaks, and Tanjavur Nayaks, and so on. These are the four important emperors, Hariharana Bukka founders, revivers Saluva Narasa Nayaka, and Tuluva Nayaka and Arayavidu Aliya Ramaraja, and so on. That is about the mighty Vijayanagara Empire, and we can see the Ramsport, Frank Ramsport, the representation of 3D, and here you can see the beautiful, here you can see this is the Hospet Dam, this is the Tungabhadra river, this is the Krishna river, south of Tungabhadra Krishna, Vijayanagara Empire, north is the Bahmani Empire, this is the Krishna river, this is the Bhima river, Balaghat Plateau, this is the Godavari Valley, and you can see here this is the Pinakini river, Penna river, here you can see, east of it Penukonda will be here, this is the eastern Ghats, Chandragiri will be here, this is the Javadi hills, Yelagiri hills, Pala river, Vellore will be here. Vellore here, Chandragiri near eastern Ghats, and east of Penna river, Penukondas, on the banks of Tungabhadra river, the Hospeta near area, Hampi and Vijayanagara. This is the Sinhala, Sri Lanka, Ceylon, the Kandy region, the mountains, and this is the Kaveri river delta, and so on. This is the same thing I am showing, the Muttai Island, Oxford Atlas. You can see the contiguous areas, that you can see the BEllari district, this is the Tungabhadra river, Kurnool district, BEllari district, Anantapur district, Chittor district, North Arcot and South Arcot, Chengalpattu, Kanchipuram, the eastern Ghat, Prakasham and Nellore and Guntur, Krishna river falls here, the Krishna river mouth, and Kolar, Bangalore Plateau, this is the Balghat region, this is the Payangat region, and North Arcot, Vellore, South Arcot, Kadalur, near the enclave of French enclave Pondicherry. At one place you can see the four distinct geographically contiguous districts of Vijayanagara emperors. That's what today we talked about, the fascinating Vijayanagara Empire, the four districts of BEllari, Anantapur, Chittor and Arcot, four capitals Vijayanagara, Penukonda, Chandragiri and Vellore, and four dynasties Sangamas, Saluvas, Tuluvas, Arayavidu. This is your presenter of South Asia Maps, J. Reddy. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate if you patronize and subscribe our channel and bring to the attention of your friends if you start enjoying the content here. See you later on some other presentation.